Rockefellers, come back. We don't want your new world order, you know? Leave Chile right now. Leave Chile. You are not... You're killing a lot of people! You're killing a lot of people! Leave here! Leave Chile right now! Leave Chile! Leave Chile! We don't want your world government! Leave Chile right now!
At a 1991 closed-door meeting of fellow internationalists, billionaire and former CFR chairman David Rockefeller praised his media allies. But his confidence that his words would not leave the room was later broken.
We are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other publications whose directors have attended our meetings and restricted their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subject to the bright lights of publicity. But the world is now more sophisticated and prepared to march toward a world government.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order, because the goal.
Yes, billionaire Warren Buffett was getting down the way only an 81-year-old can. Slowly and carefully. Dude even threw up the rock. Oh, that's the best thing ever. Illuminati taking over. Illuminati taking over.
When really a new world order can be created, it's a great opportunity, isn't it?
Ted, what do you think America's place in the new world order should be? It's always been seen as the global policeman. But as you said before, you know, it's hard to see with all these military conflicts where the winner and loser lies. What should America be doing
I think
globally?
The global policeman should be the United Nations. And I don't think we should need one. I think we should use courts the way we do in civilian life. It's time to put war and conflict, armed conflict behind us and move on and start acting like civilized, educated human beings.
And when they did that, they, as I've told you before, because I love it so much, they also created the Great Seal of the United States. And that Great Seal of the United States has on it, Novus Order Seclorum, a new order for the centuries, for the ages, forever. So confident were that
Just one more question. The Bohemian Grove, can you tell us what happens there? Because there's a lot of, the Bohemian Grove, it's top secret. And, I mean, the New York Post says male prostitutes are shipped in, there's worship to Moloch.
You know what the Bohemian Grove is?
Yeah.
It's arrested adolescent development.
Lots of debauchery, but it's kept top secret.
People go and they stay in, it's CEOs who run these mammoth corporations, plus a whole orchestra from Philadelphia, from San Francisco, plus all these musicians. They all go into this grove of trees, and they have shows. And the artistic people and these other people rehearse these things, and they put on. It's like have you ever seen the Princeton or the Harvard Hasty Pudding? There's no women. The men dress as women in the shows.
We saw Kissinger dressed as a woman, but one video we saw was a mock child sacrifice. Yeah, the mock child, the worship of Moloch. It's pretty weird stuff. It's pretty taboo. Well, thank you.
Did you enjoy it there? Was it at least fun?
No, it was something to come about. But you know, you talk to, and I was in I was in a cabin with George Shultz, Colin Powell. The guy who runs a casino in Las Vegas.
Which one?
Steve Wynn. And some big cokers at the end of this thing. But I mean, the interesting thing to me was I was able to sit and talk to those people informally and find out what they thought about the world and what was going on. The Grove's silly, but enough interesting people to go there, so it's worth talking to them.
Interesting stuff.
Those people don't talk to me anymore.
Goldman can be the first to rally hard enough to fix itself. I call it a virtuous circle that makes the stock even more attractive. Oh, by the way, I am part, just like when I always play with an open hand, I am part of the powerful cabal of ex-Goldman associates that controls the world, along with the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and of course the Queen of England, not to say the Bavarian Illuminati.
I feel strongly that Geithner, this is AIG, Goldman, and you know what? The Bavarian Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, Goldman Sachs, and the Queen of England are not all bad.
Wow.
As we devise a way forward in Iraq, I urge the international community to embrace its responsibility for creating that new world order. A new world order based upon collective action.
In the fall of 2004, while in New York to cover the Republican National Convention, we ran into David Gergen, the Karl Rove of 4 presidential administrations.
One last question. I read a Washington Times article many years ago where you had a comment about the organization, and then now it's been in the Wall Street Journal, it's been in a lot of different newspapers, and that's the Bohemian Grove. And back in, what was it, 1996, when you joined as a Clinton advisor, the Republicans were criticizing you. Oh, what about Bohemian Grove? And then you countered them by saying, "Hey, I don't run around in the woods naked." What did that mean?
Here is the before-mentioned Washington Times article where he said, "I didn't run around naked like they do."
I don't know what quote you're referring to. I'm not aware of any quote like that. Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Superbly in a short-term sense, but he kept talking about a new world order, and then President Bush, at the end of that war, promised he would give 4 graduation addresses, 4 commencement addresses, describing that new world order and what America's role was going to be in it. Turned out he gave one of those addresses and canceled.
You know, I think a lot of the privacy people perhaps don't understand that we still occupy the role of the great Satan. New bombs are being devised.
Continuing my conversation now with the president of Georgia, Mikhail Saakashvili.
The worst thing was that I was standing there with my people. They were bombed, and I was just targeted like them. And as elected president, official in charge of their protection, I couldn't do anything about it. But the point here is, it's not about me. It's about the idea of freedom. It's about the future of the whole region. It's about the future of Europe and a new world order. And what I think is that
Norman Cousins Global Governance Award, Walter Cronkite. World government is the structure necessary for global justice. You, sir.
We are part of a new world order. And as the recently departed Admiral William J. Crow once said, it's long on new and it's short on order.
Then I think adjustments have to be made for a new world order. And if that means, you have to adjust your religious views and your religious practices, then so be it.
This is the new world order. The terrorists aren't these guys with goatees.
It's not that little girl
You
either.
don't know that anymore.
You're actually going to defend this little girl?